you have learned that A says its name. It says A when one of the next two letters is another vowel. You've learned that AI says A, and that's how you spell the long A sound at the beginning of words like aim or in the middle of words like train. And you've learned that A at the end says like panda or Santa or Alexandra. You've learned that A with a consonant and then a silent E at the end, that is another spelling for the long A sound, like in cake or fake, right? And last time you learned that AY says A, and that's how you spell the long A sound at the end of words. So if you hear A at the end, put an AY, like day, may, tray, play. Do you see how all of those words have an AY at the end? That is spelling the long A sound. And that is the only way to spell the long A sound. Not really. I just want you to not put an A at the end if you hear an A at the end. Don't spell it with an A, spell it with an AY. Because just a regular A at the end says If you want A, you have to put that Y after it. Okay? All right, so today we're going to learn A at the beginning of words. Is this first time? I think this is the first time. Nope, this is the second time. So remember what A at the end said? Right? Like panda, Santa, Nebraska, Alicia. So A at the end says That is the schwa sound. Is a schwa sound. And any vowel can change to the schwa sound at certain times. I'll teach you exactly when it does. Like for instance, when A is at the end, it changes to the schwa sound and says Today you're going to learn that when A is at the beginning and there's a vowel 2 doors down, it says also. So this is what I just said. When A is at the beginning and there's a vowel not next to it, but 2 doors down, that first A says Look at a whole bunch of examples. Go. That first A says because there's a vowel 2 doors down. Away. Apart. Adopt. All of those A's are saying because there is a vowel 2 doors down. Now for spelling, so if you're spelling a word that starts with an sound, and you have to have that and because there has to be another vowel 2 doors down. If so, you're going to spell that first sound, not with a U like you might think, with an A. Okay, let's try it. Let me share my screen. Oh, I like your examples. Thank you. Yeah, apart. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Amber. All right, sharing my screen so we can practice together. Okay, so hopefully you have a piece of paper and a pencil there. The first one that we're going to do together is, let me just stop sharing my screen for a minute because I want to say that now that we're getting toward the end of A month, we're going to be able to use all the things that we've learned up to this point and refresh our memory of them and kind of go, oh yeah, to a rule that we might have learned a week or two ago. If this is your first time here, don't you worry. There's all of the recordings of the past classes this month that you can use, or you can just start where we are today. Today we're learning something new and just start and move forward with us. If this is not your first time, if you're coming back and you have a hard time remembering some of what I'm saying, that's why we're here. That's why we're here, to review and go over it again and again and again and again until we begin to know it so well that we could probably teach our parents. You're going to say, you know what? I know why A says at the beginning. It's because there's a vowel 2 doors down, and your parents are going to go, wow. So we're going to do a lot of review today. So if it's your first time here, hang in there, hang with us, and just go from where we are now and move forward with us. And if you're returning, then don't expect to get everything perfect, because we're just doing a lot of repeating and a lot of learning. All right, back to share my screen here. So our first word is atame. T, a, a. Consonants. T, a, a. Vowels. When I hear a at the beginning of a word, and there's a vowel, not 1, but 2 doors down, you spell it with an A. Don't put a U here, put an A. Okay? So this says in this spot, and that little upside down E, that's the symbol for the schwa sound. So that means that A says the schwa sound is So our word was atame. So I want this to say A. A is the only letter that spells the A sound, but look, there is a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. And A requires 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. Now that A can say A. And then the A sound at the end, do you remember how to spell it? A-Y. So these 3 A's in this word are saying 3 different things. And let me tell you, pretty much nobody else in the whole world knows why, but now you do. You know that A says if it's the first letter and there's a vowel 2 doors down. You know that A says if there's 2 consonants after it. And you know that AY says A. So these 3 A's say 3 different things in the same word, and it's not mysterious at all. You totally understand it. And if you don't, you will. You will. We'll keep practicing and keep reviewing until it gets easy for you too. All right, I want you to try this word on your own. Your word is adabe. Adabe. D, a, b, a. Go ahead and take your time. And then put it in the chat when you're done. You don't have to put it in the chat, but I like to see them if you can. Adabe. Adabe. Yeah. Adabe. Oh. Sorry, Hunter. Adabe. Good job, Gwendolyn. Woo! Shout out. Adabe. Yeah, a lot of you are getting this one correct. Okay. For our consonants, we have d, a, b, a. Vowels. Is a A when there is a vowel 2 doors down, and that A is at the beginning. There's our For the A sound, we're going to start with an A, but it has to have 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. And then the A sound at the end is spelled with an A-Y. Adabe. Now, if you got most of that word right, congratulations. Well done. That is more than you could have done if you didn't come to this class. That is more than you would have done if you didn't come today. You did better than you would have done otherwise. Okay, number 2. Good job, you guys. All right. Our word is apainte. So we have p, a, n, t, a. Consonants. P, a, n, t, a. Vowels. For the sound at the beginning, I spell it with an A if there's a vowel 2 doors down, like that. For the A sound in the middle, can I spell it with just a regular A? No, I can't, because that would say ah. because there's two consonants after it. If I want A in the middle, it needs another vowel in the next one or two spots. If there's not one, I make one. And the one that you use in the middle of words is an AI. AI. This is what you use to spell the A sound in the beginning and middle of words when there's not another vowel one or two doors down. And then for the A sound at the end, we're going to put that AY again. Okay, your word. That's all right. Okay, your word is arraign pay. Arraign pay. A, n, p, a. Go ahead. Arraign pay. Arraign pay. That's okay, Hunter. Arraign pay. Good job. Arraign pay. How are we going to spell that A sound at the end? We can't spell it with just a regular A because that says at the end. You have to put that AY to spell the A sound at the end. Don't forget. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Benjamin. Well done. I absolutely can. I absolutely can, Emily. Thank you for asking. Okay, arraign pay. So, consonants. A, A, N, P, A. Now we're going to spell our vowels. All of those vowel sounds with the dots underneath of them. First, we start with an R. What do we use to spell the sound at the beginning of words when there's a vowel two doors down? That's our A. That's what A does. When A is the first letter and there's a vowel two doors down, it says So when you're spelling a word like ago, adopt, away, apart, you're going to put that A as the first letter. Now I want the A sound in the middle. I'm going to start with an A, but I can't leave it like that because if A has two consonants after it, it says and I want it to say A. If that's the case, it needs another vowel in the next one or two spots. And what's the vowel that I'm going to put? It's an I. AI says A in the middle of words like that. So now it has a vowel in the next one or two spots. And then for the A sound at the end, that's my winner. This is how I'm always going to spell the A sound at the end. If you hear A, you can't spell it with just an A. You have to put an A-Y. Okay? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I'll try to keep that straight. So Benjamin is Abby, Ben is Benjamin. Okay, I might not remember that, but I'll just be saying good job, and hopefully you'll know I'm talking to you. Okay, let's try a couple more. Let's do errata. Errata. A. Consonants. A, D, Vowels. Here's our I'm going to spell it with an A because there's a vowel two doors down. For the sound, we need two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. And then for the sound at the end, remember we don't use a U, we use an A. So this says and this says They both make the schwa sound. Rada. Now if it was arade, I could put the AY there, but I don't want it to say A, I want it to say When you hear at the end, you spell it with an A. All right, yours. Alada. Alada. D. Take your time. Alada. 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 A, O, A, D, A. Good job, Riley. Okay, let me give you another couple seconds. Alada. I love how you guys are showing me in the chat. Thank you. Okay, so for alada, our consonants are a, o, a, d, a. There's our sound at the beginning. This is our spelling hack for the day. When you hear at the beginning of a word and there's a vowel 2 doors down, you spell it with an A. Now it can say For the sound, has to have, so this is a this is a. A has to have 2 consonants after it. If there's not 2, make 2. And for the sound at the end, we always put an A. So these 2 A's say the same thing. Alada. Alada. If you got some of that word right, good job. That means that you knew how to spell a lot of those sounds. If you didn't spell all of them correct, that's okay. You're learning. You're still learning. All right, let's try one more. Let's do ate. Ate. Try this one on your own. Ate. Ate. Good, Lincoln. Ate. Nice, Lana. Ate. Yeah, I think you're getting it. You are getting it. So here's our consonant, our t, right? And for our sound, you now know. You're getting so good at this that if you hear at the beginning and there's a vowel 2 doors down, you're going to spell that with an A. Now you know that. You have all of that knowledge in your brain now. And then for the A sound at the end, you spell it A-Y. Now, yes, good job, Gwendolyn. Good job, Sophia. Nice, Ben. I think. I think it's Ben. Yay, Emily! Good job, you guys. So, I'm impressed because you have learned in 30 minutes how to spell the sound at the beginning of a word. If there's a vowel 2 doors down, in the next 2 spots, you spell that with an A. And then you also were refreshing your memory, or maybe you were even learning for the first time that A says A if there's another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. It says if those next 2 letters are consonants. You've learned that AI says A in the middle of words, AY says A at the end of words, and A at the very end says That is a lot of knowledge that is in your brain now forever. Good job. Now, I hope that you can join me for tomorrow's practicum, where we get to practice this live. Cameras on, me and you working together. I hope you can join me there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your mom. Say, Miss April invited me to a practicum tomorrow. And maybe she'll, or your mom or dad or whoever, grandpa, tutor, babysitter, will let you log on tomorrow to our practicum so we can work together live. All right, my friends, you're amazing. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, see you Wednesday. Bye, everybody.